So I just wanted to show you guys this experience farming technique. It's pretty simple once you learn the basics of it, and give you a pretty big advantage early game, especially since you can get piloting, engines, shields, and weapons for all your crew members up to full. It's pretty effective and pretty simple once you understand it. And the basic idea here is you want to get yourself into a no-win situation where the enemy can't do enough damage to basically deal you hull damage. They only take down your shields. Um, at the same time, don't um, you aren't able to, or at least you can disable enough weapons so you're still firing, but you're not doing enough damage to actually hurt their hull. So the whole idea of this whole strategy is to do no hull damage on either side. Um, the most effective thing to do, actually, I found, is to find. I'm on a sector 3 here. Find some rebels. Particularly, you want ones with preferably only hull lasers and or hull lasers or hull beams. Preferably no ion weapons, but that can be okay. And also, definitely no bombs or missiles, because those do the most. They do direct hull damage in a lot of cases, and you don't want to do that. And preferably on your side, ion weapons are best, but you can get away with short fire, like a short fire burst lasers, like a burst laser 1, or any sort of weapon that does damage, but can fire quickly and doesn't do enough damage to hurt them. So to start out with here, I'll show you how to do it. As I said, the rebels in about sector 2 or 3 work best. Primarily because they have 2 shields, so you're doing at least a decent amount of damage without you can fire a decent amount of shots without knowing doing how much damage you can do. And you can see here I have all the characters, various stages of experience there. And the important things to note here is that how the experiences are done. For example, piloting and engines, they get basically one experience for the person using it every time a shot is missed on you. For weapons, it's of course every time a weapon is fired, you get that crew member gets experience. And for shields, it's every time a shield gets basically the shield bubble in the top left there gets regenerated. Each one of those you get experience for. And so here's the basic strategy. You sit here. I've got 2 ion weapons here, so I'm never going to do hull damage, but I can make sure to keep stuff like their engines down so they can't jump away. Although if you go to the rebel where they've got the entire thing of the map, they don't really matter anyways. They're never going to jump away. The key here, this rebel ship only has lasers and beams. So as long as it's a 2 burst laser they have there, so they'll never defeat my 3 burst, my 3 shield deal. And yeah, this is basically the strategy. Ways to, of course, speed it up is to have speed up your weapons. I'm gonna max out my weapons in this strategy here first, because I have very quick. If you look at Ion Blast 2 is I think only a 4-second. It's only a 4-second reload, so that can basically that I max out my weapons for all my crew members first here. Shields in this case I think are second I max out most, because my evasion is pretty low at the moment here. This is pretty low in the game. I've just maxed up my shields so I can make sure I never take hull damage. And so I'm going to take a lot of shield damage first, and so I'm going to max out my shield members for shield experience next. And then, of course, the piloting and engines basically do double duty, mostly because, each time I miss, each crew member in those things is each get one, like right there. Every miss, basically, so it's kind of double. But it's still, my evasion is still low. I'm still going to take most damage to my shields. Now I'm going to speed up here, because unfortunately, while this is very effective at getting high experience for piloting through weapons for all you crew members, it can take a very long time, and this basically farming all these things up to max for my just 6 crew members here took an hour and a half. Um, so it's not quick, and it can be a bit tedious. So that's why I suggest if you pulling up a movie or something like that where you're doing this. So while you just need to make sure you can rotate your crews once they've maxed out their experience in one area between the different things. So you don't really actually pay attention at this point. The rebel ship's never going to do enough damage to me to actually hurt my hull. So you don't have to worry about dying here. But you just have to be conscious enough to be able to shift those crew members around. So whatever you want to do in the meantime, read a book, watch a movie, I don't know, make some food or something like that. Get some food. Doing that, but basically, let me speeding up through here. Towards the end here, you can see that basically I've maxed out after my hour and a half of doing this. I've maxed out the experience for all my players there, and then once you're done doing that, you just load up your weapons. Here I've got some an anti-ship drone. So I just use my ion weapons, destroy the shields, and then anti-ship drone. And basically that's it. Quick way to very early. This is just the third zone. Very early to get this go. So yeah. Good luck for trying it out.